Ryan Kanakaʻole.
The latest appointment to the State Department overseeing Hawaii lands was questioned by a Senate committee on Friday, and topics range from Maunakea management to future military leases. The Committee on Water and Land considered the nomination of Ryan Kanakaʻole to serve as the Deputy Director for the Hawaii Department of Land and Natural Resources. As the nominee explained, his roots are from the southernmost district on Hawaii Island.
I'm from Hawaii Island. I was raised in Ka'u district. I'm from a small place called Waiohino. My mother's family has been there for a very long time. And we're still there. And most of you are familiar with Ka'u. And it's a big place. It's bigger than the island of Oahu. It has 1% of the population. It's remote. The amenities of modern life are few and far between and just very far away. But it's a beautiful and wild and awe-inspiring place, and the people there are extremely self-reliant. My family, all the families around me, we rely on the land, on the ocean to provide. And that's just the way of life out there. And when that way of life is threatened, the people out there, they speak up and they speak loudly. Typically, it's from economic forces from the outside that often have entry to rooms that make decisions. Buildings like this one, that, it's just easier for them to come in. And for the lack of a better way to describe it, the people impacted wind up on the outside in protest. I grew up on the outside. And I don't ever want to forget that.
Kanakaʻole previously served in the Hawaii County Corporation Council and as a Deputy Attorney General for the state. It was under the AG's office that he provided counsel for the newly formed Maunakea Stewardship Oversight Authority. MK-SOA, as it is called, was one of the first things discussed.
The Maunakea Stewardship and Oversight Authority is not a sanctioned state agency.
I'm concerned in actually the department's position regarding the conservation district responsibilities over Maunakea. That remains with the Department of Land and Natural Resources, regardless of what the act authorizing the Maunakea Stewardship Oversight Authority says, because it does not clarify on that.
You would support us changing the authority's responsibility, because once that happens, they got what, three more years to go to, and time is ticking. And if we don't make that changes, then there's going to be much pilikia.
You're obviously publicly saying that you support the department, what the senator is saying.
I'm saying that Act 226 of Session Laws, what was it, 2022? Mm-hmm. Without question, there probably is a need for additional clarity on the real role of the MKSOA.
Mm-hmm.
The DLNR also issues the leases for a number of military installations in Hawaii. Some of those leases, like the Pohakaloa training area on the Big Island, are coming up for possible renewal.
A large part of these renewal of leases fall into the purview of DLNR. Can you share with this committee and the public what your position might be on some, and I know it's usually a case-by-case basis, how your thoughts is in terms of your philosophy or thinking on how we should approach it?
Times have changed. The previous terms and conditions of the old leases are not going, if they do even get renewed, are not going to be the same. The scope of our understanding of what a good steward is of land has changed over time. And that is going to inform if these leases, and I say if because the military, the Department of Defense, they're the applicant for a lease, for a new lease. But that doesn't guarantee them to get a new lease. And if it happens, it's not going to be the same.
The committee voted to advise and consent to the nomination, sending it ahead to the full Senate for a final vote.